Good morning, my sweet friends. I'm so glad to see each and every one of you, those of you who are watching live with me, or those of you who watch this later. I'm going to have a contest, and somebody's going to win a free reading today. I'm going to tell all about that in just a second. So I'm just grabbing my coffee, and we're going to be using this fun deck today, the Curious Creatures. Good morning, Sandra. How are you, darling? I'm so glad to see you today. Tell me what's the best thing about your Sunday so far. Okay, throw yourself into the comments. I'm going to be giving away a free reading today, and at least one. It's going to be possible for everybody to win, actually, if you're paying attention. So, okay, I'm just getting myself organized. It's a nice warm day in Tennessee where I am, and so I've got my door closed. So what will happen today is that Murphy will not be barking at neighbors walking by. So setting up here. So here we go. So welcome. If you are first time here, I am Catherine, and you are at Fish Out of Water Tarot, where I specialize in helping people create connections. Whoops, there's a card threw itself out of the deck. Wonderful. I'll just put it out here because some of us, and we're trying to get connected. It's like after COVID happened, after the pandemic, so many of us were isolated, and lots of us kind of enjoyed the being a hermit and having our own lives. I was one of those. And then when things started getting social again, it kind of made me anxious sometimes to be in big groups of people. I do love connecting, and I'm so curious. Really love talking to people on the phone that are interested in personal development, like you who are watching this. It really is wonderful to connect with people who are wanting something else from their life. They're wanting to achieve something, receive something, or perceive something, right? Kind of a sense of dissatisfaction. What is that? What is like that inner itch on the inside of you where something's missing, something's not quite there? Many times it just comes because of some hurt feelings, some disappointments from the past, some difficulty in your growing up years. We've all had that sort of thing. And so when that happens, you can get a little lost in translation. So, at any rate, how do you win a free reading? I'm going to be letting you know several times during this recording because I know I have people coming and going. But those of you who are my regulars, you know that I show up here every Sunday morning and share the beginning of the week with my dear friends. So today, and I'm not sure what contest will happen next week. If this one might be so much fun, we will repeat it. But what I'm wanting to do is have people who have watched my readings in the past to be able to play this game because I want to reward you. So my table's set up today. You'll see a few items that are special to me, and I change those items up week to week. So if you know what it is that's different about my setup today, all you do is, let's see, how do I want? I want an email from you. So if you'd like to enter the contest and earn yourself a free reading, this is what you do. You take a look at my table, you compare it to last week, email me at tarotinfoplease@gmail.com, and you let me know, what do you notice that's different on my table? If you're correct, I am going to give you a free mini reading, and I will let you know in the Gmail how you can win, how you can take advantage of this contest, okay? So I will be repeating this several times during this morning's readings. If you would like to win a free reading, you simply notice what's different about my table this week from last week, and shoot me an email, tarotinfoplease@gmail.com, and I will notify you how to pick up your reading. So you know what I'm just thinking might be smart is to put it on a card. So hold on just for a quick second. Let me grab a piece of paper here. Sorry, I'm not a tiny bit more organized, but I'm just thinking that will save us time. So, get my pen. Okay, we'll be getting to the reading shortly. I just want to make sure anybody who wants to enter the contest can enter. Okay. Tarot info, please, at Gmail. Okay, so I think I'll put this right here. Where am I going to put it? Right there. Can you see it? I think so. I don't want to burn it. Okay, perfect. There it is. Okay, there's our entry. All right. Thank you for your patience while I get this going. Okay, so if you notice what it is that's on my table, different from last week, and you send me an email, you will win a free reading. Okay, now that we have that all over with, let's jump in. So we are going to be asking, typically what we do during Sunday readings is we answer yes, no, or maybe so. What is it that you're wanting to know? We really want to be able to create the kinds of questions that will get quick answers, and that's what I'm here for. So when you want to get your reading, you're just going to be adding a comment into the comment field, and I will help you to create a question that you can get a yes, no answer for. This particular card is our theme card for the reading. Oops. And it jumped out of the deck when I was shuffling early on. And we have, let's pull him close so you can see him, the Hanged Man. Okay, so for the reading today, for the collective, there is this sense of a pause. There's something that's been going on in your life. Hey, how are you? Apple, welcome, welcome. There's something that's going on in your life that has been just wearing you out. It's like you're tired of thinking about it. It's come on. In a way, this is like, I give up. I don't want to think about this anymore. And it's so true that if you're trying to make a decision and your energy is going back and forth, and you can't decide, that wears you out terribly. And so, for any of you today who are tired, you may be stuck between two choices. Be very draining. And so, this card is asking you to take a peek at that. What is it that could be wearing you out? Where are you between two places? Should you choose option A or option B? This lovely, wonderful character is going to help us today to find answers. So thank you to the Hanged Man energy for joining in the reading today. Okay, so we need direct questions. Those of you who are regulars, you know I want a yes, no question for us to ask the cards for their answer. Once again, those of you who would like to play the game and win a free reading this week, all you do is take a look at my table setting, what's new on the table, and if you are right, I'm going to give you a reading. Here is your email address right there to send in your entry, tarotinfoplease@gmail.com. Okay, don't be shy. I know Sandra and Apple are here, so you want to think of a question. It could be a very simple question. Yes or no for Justin. Keep dropping, keep going, or drop it. Okay, so yes or no. Is there something? Thank you, Apple. Welcome. I'm so glad to see you again this morning. I hope that you're having a blessed week. In that it's only one day old, I think we can all claim a blessing. So let's see. What do the cards have? Is this yes, no for Apple? Is Justin worth her time and energy to develop something? Okay. Yes, no, or maybe so. Anybody else who's wanting a yes, no question, toss it into the comments. I'd be happy to draw cards for you. Okay, so cut our cards. I'd love to see your smiling face, Apple. Welcome. Some of the folks have been here week after week. You know I love you, and I'm hoping that all of y'all end up with a free reading. All you need to do is notice what's new on my table. Okay, Apple, what do we have for you? Okay, we have the Eight of Wands. All right. Okay. Excellent. Thank you guys for putting those questions in. I'm going to get to them Next, I'm getting used to my program here, and it's getting easier for me to remember to list who gets the reading. Okay, so look at what we have here. We have what looks to me like a turtle running for its life. Okay, Apple, what does this mean? What does this mean? So it's a happy card. I see the smile on this turtle's face that's smiling from ear to ear. But do turtles run? What's going on here? And so I see the wands. Now, the wands, this is a card of action. It's also a card that some people interpret as internet action. So a lot of messaging, a lot of texting going on. But the very fact that we have a turtle that's running is definitely something that's a little bit out of sorts, right? There's something off here. And so it's fun for sure, but it does seem like there's an energetic opposite going on between you and this person. So, as you know, I never mean to frustrate the folks that like to listen to these readings, but in any yes, no question, there's a maybe so. Okay, so I always ask the universe for yes, no, or maybe so. So in this one, I would say that it looks unlikely that this is a lasting match because it looks to me like one or both of you is not quite acting yourself. And also that it's happening very quickly. So the advice would be coming from the cards is slow down, be your true self. But it's definitely looking like if you want a yes or no, I would say it's a no. But what I would say too is that anybody that you're with, and this is, excuse me while I just say that so many people who are listening to this reading are going to be having this exact same situation. And I can't explain why that happens. Truly, the law of attraction at work. But anybody, if you're feeling like you're having fun, but there's something inside of you nagging and worrying about it, it could be a mismatch of energy. However, every relationship you're in or every situation that you're in has lessons to be learned. And so you definitely want to learn the lesson before you move on. So, but this one definitely shows something's out of whack, too much compromise going on for one or both people. Okay, so let's go back here. Excellent. And Apple, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. And I'm a teacher, I consider myself more of a teacher than a coach. I teach. And so at these Sunday sessions, I almost said classes, and that's the word that was coming out. When I'm drawing these cards, it's to help all of us learn because I have situations in my life too, where there's people pushing me or like their timing is not my timing. So this part of why this is a no is important for everyone. Okay. So let's see let me pop up my questions here. There they are. And let's see who's next. Hi, Graham. Welcome. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. And Sandra and Apple. And let's see. So we have Justin. Sandra, yes or no for Troy? Okay. And then Graham, you're next. All right. So let's just mix up this cards here for a little bit. And we have yes, no for Troy. So let me shuffle up the cards. Welcome back, Sandra. And so, okay. All right, that's great. Yeah, and definitely, you know what? When you clear something out of the way, you feel like it maybe isn't a great attachment and it's not feeling just perfect for you. Those are those times when the cards can be very, very handy for sure. Now, remember, a one card reading has some limitations because if this is a situation that's pulling your heart, getting a multi-card reading can give you so much information. All that information is in the description box below, okay? So now we are going for Sandra with Troy. Let's cut the cards this time. And let's pull one. Is Sandra and Troy. What's the energy here? Okay, so we're looking at this beautiful little, I don't know what the, good morning, Ilham, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, yes, everybody, thank you, Apple, for reminding everybody, everybody hit the like. That just helps my channel grow and help people come to these readings who really do need to hear something. Okay, so let's look at this. Yes, you may. So add your question. It needs to be a yes, no question to play the game today. All right, so let's look at our little creature here. Okay, so Sandra, um, what I'm noticing first in this woman, or it's an animal woman, but I'm noticing the belt, which reminds me of Wonder Woman. Okay, and then I'm noticing her red shoes, and I'm noticing how she's stepping forward out of the frame of this card. I notice how wide open her eyes are. I notice how she's focused on that pentacle. So my first wondering, and you don't need to be public here, but my wondering is this person younger than you? It might be that you're focusing so much attention on Troy that you're not putting enough tension on your own heart. Okay. I notice over here, see how this big star that focus on like maybe Troy is something special. But then over here, I notice this little tiny star in her hand. And in a way, this reminds me of the same energy for Apple, just the sense of something being a little bit out of sync. And so, what I think this is showing me, Sandra, is that your inner being, your divine connection, is wanting to give you a message, that there is something pulling your attention away from your heart. Okay, so with Troy, I'm just noticing a little scattered thinking, a little wishful thinking. And maybe he is the person that's going to be your next most important person. And I think, some of you know that I spent over 15 years for sure writing about heartbreak and writing about breakup recovery. I use tapping to help people shake off the fear of getting involved again. Okay, and sometimes that can block us from love. So that's what I can't help but feel in my heart, Sandra, that there may be a heartbreak from your past, maybe something that you haven't fully released yourself. And this is, I'm not talking about forgiveness. I'm not talking about understanding the hurt feelings in your mind and moving on, because we have. But I found so many times people have a heartbreak from high school, no kidding, from when they were 13, 14, 15 years old, where an early relationship broke their heart so severely that they've been careful their whole lives. Okay. So, Sandra, I'm just wondering about you, because you come back to me a lot here in the channel, but see all these scattered pentacles that are laying behind. I just think that Troy is here right now to help you heal. And so I think it's a yes, he's supposed to be here. But I do think that the lesson is to go back to your own heart. Don't pin your joy on Troy. Oh, that's a poem. Don't pin your joy on Troy. Pin your joy on your own heart. Use the energy that's coming to you around Troy. But again, you know me well enough, and some of you follow me on the Invisible Money Game over on Facebook, and that's got big changes coming because there's so much manifesting. I can't wait to share that with you. But I share all my resources over there, and there's places where you can do a lot of self-learning. Also, in the community section of this channel, I post meditations and other techniques that I use personally to keep my heart open, because it's easy to want to slide your heart closed all the time. And if somebody gets your attention, the distraction can be so bright and shiny. See how the pentacle, see all that bright, shiny light coming out of this pentacle? Well, yeah, it's fun when we get a crush on someone. So I think this person is in your life for a reason, Sandra. I'm just not so sure it's for forever, but I'm going to give a cautionary yes on this card. Okay, so thank you so much for your question. Graham, you're next. Ilham, I think you're next after that. I'll be checking. But I just want to remind anybody who's here for the first time, if you don't know me, I'm Catherine. I love doing my Sunday readings, and today we have a contest. Anybody want to win a free reading? I'm here to do that for you today. Anybody is eligible to win. All you need to do is go back to my last week's reading, take a look at my table. When you see the thing that I have new on the table this Sunday, email me. There's the email address. It's tarotinfoplease@gmail.com. Thank you for being here. I'm glad that you're here for the first time. You'll be sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button and enter the contest. I can't wait to read cards for you. Who has a sharp eye to notice what's new on my table today? Okay, so now we're going to Graham. Graham, welcome. Graham's been with me since the beginning on my very first few YouTubes that were back in 2020, the very end of 2021. I started, and Graham's been with me ever since. So thank you for that. And now the question. So let me go back to my comments. Let's see here with Graham. I have start dates for my newer courses, and I'd like a biz. Okay, very good. Oh, nice. So it looks like there's some business training that is upcoming for Graham, and really wanting to have the cards show. Let's see here. Okay, Graham, I'm going to change your question around a little bit because it just seems like I think if we shift it, and so instead of saying yes, no, is this training going to be fabulous? How about changing it to, is there anything that Graham needs to know to make the training fabulous? How does that feel? Whatever it is, hugs to you, Graham. Whatever it is that you need to know, are you fully prepared right now? Or is there something you need to do or think or change in order to get the most out of the training? Bella. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Okay. I love answering this question for you, Graham. A lot of times, if you've already made a choice, like Graham has made a choice, he's chosen to go with this further training. The affirmation comes from so deep inside, like you feel this inner sense, yes, this is the right door for me to open at this point. Okay. Anything Graham needs to know to maximize this training? Oh, cool. Oh, I love the Knight of Pentacles for you in this reading. Okay, let me look. Wonderful. Okay. Nice. Okay, so what I noticed, first of all, is look at how his whole body. Now, do you remember on this card, I'll just compare them. Okay. But on this card, can you see that she's stepping out of the frame of the card? So she's taking that baby step. Okay. In this card, he's like fully immersed. Can you see? First of all, it's a male character, which I think is cool. When we do the readings, gender doesn't matter. These are energies. But when the art is male and the person who's asking for the counsel is male, I think it's a confirmation. Also, Graham, I noticed that his whole self, I mean, he's up to his hips. So what that shows me is that in this profession that you're in this work that you're doing, it may be professionally that you're feeling very committed, but it also could be that the universe is showing you that for right now, this commitment is very deep for you. It could be the people you will meet, no kidding. It could be that during this training, you'll be in contact with someone that will open a door for you, and all of a sudden you meet a stream of new contacts that you never had any idea were coming in. And if for career people looking for energy around career, but they're still dating or wanting to find love, again, you never know how new people that are coming into your life will have a cousin or a best friend, or they'll know somebody who might become a love interest. So I think for you, Graham, this is showing that you are ready for diving deep and receiving deeply from this training. I also notice how he's carrying his pentacle under his hand like that. It looks like how you'd carry a book, right? It looks like how you would be going to school. So I love the idea that this training is going to be giving you so much confidence and security in your career. Also, what I notice is it's a very small pentacle. So don't make a big deal about this. Don't get all anxious and nervous. Like, how do I do this just right? You may have a little bit of perfectionism, do you think? That's kind of haunted you through your life. So when I look at this card and I see that bright red shirt, the red is the color of your root chakra. Okay, this is the energy source of your family of origin. So I feel like as you're going through this training, it's almost as if you're waking up parts of yourself that have not really been empowered or enlivened. I'm using my hand and gesturing. I feel like you should be seeing all that. But I feel like to be empowered and enlivened so that you are bringing energy up that was true for you when you were just a little one. And also, are there talents and gifts that go back into your family, like into your grandparents or people in the past who were tradesmen or professionals in ways that are just that you can access what their gifts are, right? And pull that into the training. And the last thing that I think is so cool is he's off his horse, okay? And I love that. I'm just moving myself so I'm more comfortable here, but he's moving himself out of momentum right now. He's willing to say, look, there's stuff I need to learn. I'm going to be walking my horse forward. One of the key elements, Graham, about the Knight of Pentacles is he's an action taker, but he's the slowest moving of all four knights. And security is hugely important for this energy. They will not rush if they don't feel secure. So I have a feeling that you're really resonating with this whole reading, that this is very, very right on for you. So I would say the answer, you're getting a hell no. Now, not a lot of times do you get a hell no and be happy about it, right? But this is such a classic case of that, because the question we asked was, is there anything that Graham needs to prepare? Does he need to know anything that will, create in him that he could do better in this training, and that he has to prepare himself to do it? And the answer is hell no. You have everything you need right now in front of you. You have willingness, you have a correct path. It's so fun to have it's a yes, yes, because you're going towards this new training, which is going to be really fun for you and empowering, but there's nothing you need to know right now to prepare yourself to receive it. So wonderful, excellent, excellent reading. Thank you so much. And then Ilman, I believe that you're next. Let me just take a pause. And if you're new here, if you just tuned in, I'm Catherine. Welcome. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot. I really like to read cards for people who are, oh gosh, big hug. You're so welcome. Now, don't forget, you guys, if you want more cards, I don't blame you for wanting more cards. A single card reading, there's 78 cards here. Think of all the wisdom that can come out. And I want to make it easier and easier for y'all to experience a personal reading. So this week I'm giving away a 3-card reading. It's 3 more cards free of charge for your paying attention and being alert. Now I know you're already a subscriber, and I know you've hit that thumbs up because you have been here before, you like readings, you know what to do. So that's important. But to enter the contest, all you need to do is check last week's video, and you'll see that I set up a scene every week. And this week I've added something new. If you spot what's new on my table, all you do is email right here, tarotinfoplease@gmail.com. So take a screenshot, quick. Very good. Thank you. And then send in your entry. And I am more than happy to open my cards just for you. And I will email you and let you know how to receive your reading. Got it? So if you want to play with me, please do. I love contests. Anybody here like to win things? Maybe I'm in the wrong crowd. Maybe you guys don't like to win prizes. Anybody here like to win prizes? please add a comment and say, I like to win. We're all here for that, right? Graham wants to win on the job and have this new training open up some pentacles for him, right? Okay, Ilham, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. And let's go bad. Oh, security officer. Oh my gosh. That's so cool, Graham. Don't you love? Now, you've been with me a long time. Don't you love when just even the words that come out during the reading are confirming for you? Okay. Is B doesn't want to be with me, doesn't love me. I feel like he is avoiding me. Okay. So, all right. So, Ilham, I want to think about that for a second. Let me just see if there's a better. Okay, so that's a big question. Okay, that's a big question, and I just feel, Ilham, I just feel in the question. Um, I just feel a little bit of pain. Thank you, Graham. Yes, like to win. Absolutely, Sandra. Actually, oh, there's self-aware. Oh, hi, self-aware. Just notice you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Ilham. So this reading is for Ilham. And so there's such tenderness here. You're a very tender-hearted person. Now, don't tell me anything else, Ilham, okay? Because that's where the readings are best when I don't know. But after the card, you can tell me. Okay, hey, self-awareness, you like to win. Did you hear how to enter the contest, self-aware? If not, I will let you know after this reading, but there is a contest today for free readings. Okay, so Ilham. Okay, I'm just sensing here. Uh, okay. Okay, so this is what I'm feeling. Uh, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Okay, so I'm feeling, Ilham, that it is it worth it to spend energy and time with this person? Okay, that's what I'm getting. I'm just getting, is it worth it for Ilham to spend time and energy developing something with this person? Okay, because it seems to me like with the avoiding energy, like if this person is for you, then there's steps to take. If the person is not for you, there's steps to take. Okay, but your tenderness right now is you're sensing what feels like rejection from him. That's what I'm wanting to do. Exactly. So I'm asking the cards to show us if this is worth it, if there's value in spending time connecting. Because right now, even though he's not, or I don't know the sexes here, but even though the person is not choosing to spend time with you, you don't know why. You don't have any idea. It could be innocent. He may love you. They might love you, but they just don't have time. So, but about you, because remember, this is always about your energy. So, is it worth your time to think, pray, desire this person? And this is the answer card. Yes, no, or maybe so for Ilham. Let's look. Okay, so let's look at this figure. And what do we notice? Okay, the first thing I notice is that there's a path here, and it's going back toward a structure. Okay, and the path is on the top of a sand dune. Now, I don't know if you have sand where you live, but sand is not easy to walk in. Okay, so take a breath. And any of the rest of you, I'm just moving this over so I can see it better. Any of the rest of you who are maybe asking yourselves the same question, this could be about a job or a relationship, but something here is dragging your energy down. I'm going to tell you, Ilham, okay? So the path that you're walking with this person, there's like a big burden on the back, so heavy. And then look at the face of the animal, is like, help me, help me, okay? And then walking on sand. Now, if you don't live where you walk on sand, you won't understand this so much. I lived in a place there was a lot of sand. It's slippery. It's hard to walk on. So, Ilham, this is a difficult path. It shows me that you have to work so hard to make this connection work. And is that okay for you? chances are that you might be putting so much energy into making a connection that you're missing your true joy. Okay? Does it make you happy to think about the connection today? This card says there's a part of you that's not happy. There's a part of you that's very tired. And I would say that a part of you is saying, no, no, no. Okay? So, in the work that I do and how I help teach people, is if it's this hard to be with someone, stop. It may be that it's just a break. Yeah, I would say no, because it's too much work. No, it's like I'm not talking about him, Elam. Never is it about the other person. It's about you working so hard to make it happy. And in any couple, or if the other person doesn't want to work at being happy, it can't work. So I would say with this person, it's a no. That there's someone better. There's someone who will treat you happy. If he wanted to be with you, you would know that. Again, this is about your energy. Okay? Oh, I see you, self-aware. I'll be with you shortly. So this is, okay, now, a couple comments. There are 1,000 tarot readers right now giving readings on YouTube. Sometimes the reading may not resonate with you, or you hear the message and you're like, no, 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 this is not true for me. That's good. If that happens, and Ilham might be happening to you, where you see this card and you're like, no, I don't like this message. I want another one. You can find them. You can go to other YouTube channels. But this particular card, if you were my friend sitting here with me in my apartment, I would be looking at you straight in the eye and I would say, look, you're working too hard. If the person that you love is doing nothing and you're doing everything, it's a sign. But I can't, again, um, the way I teach and attraction, the way I teach manifestation and love, is that anytime a card like this comes up, this is not about him. It's about you working so hard and using all your energy on someone who's not giving back to you. Okay. So for me, that is a no. Okay. So I wish you well though, and I don't want to cut it off, but only one card, you can only see so much. If you want a free reading, don't forget, it's easy. Anybody can have one. It's like the kind of contest everyone can win, because all you need to do, look at my table, notice what's here, go back to last week's reading, it's on Sunday, you'll notice certain things. All you do is email me. You can just take a screenshot of this. I'm going to fold it so it doesn't shine through. Thinking on the fly here, but take a screenshot. So grab your phone, take a screenshot. Got it? All you do is send me an email with what I have new on my table, and you get a free reading. And it's a 3-card reading. Okay, so that way I can pull 3 cards and we can go deeper. All right, so let's go back. Oops. Okay, and let's go to, I think it's next. Let me go through. He's self-aware. Okay, self-aware, you're next. Welcome. Okay, okay. Oh, wow, gosh. A big hug to you, self-aware. Wow. And to think that you're naming yourself self-aware. Thank you for telling me. Self-aware has had a health challenge that really interrupted, changed the person's life. I don't know what's your gender, so I'm just going to say they. But self-aware has had to become more self-aware. I mean, they are had a change in how they think and how their brain works, and so holy smokes. And so wondering about the idea of being a public speaker and on the right track. And so you get readings, don't you, self-aware? I can tell. Because you know what, once you get readings on the regular, and I have monthly clients, and I'm doing readings on the monthly for people for a couple different things. Some people want a monthly outlook, so they want to know what's up for the month and what to plan on. Other people like to get a full moon reading every full moon. Um, oh, it's your first reading. Okay, cool. But excuse me. Uh, on the full moon, a reading can be particularly helpful if you need to release things. On the new moon, some customers want to have a reading for the new moon, what to plant, what intentions will work for you this month. And so I have a host of readings that I do on the regular for people. So if you're interested in private work, please contact me. Now you have my email, reach out. Okay, self-aware. Okay, I've been shuffling away here. And I have had a significant health challenge, self-aware. It was 15 years ago for me. And I never anticipated I would be here on YouTube, never, ever, ever. And so I didn't know how my life would change after a health challenge, what would open up for me, because certain things had to change because of the adjustments that I had to do with my body. So I'm totally resonant with where you are. So self-aware, let me just cut this time. And I love the question is like, I like the am I on track questions. Is there anything that self-aware needs to know? Or is the path that self-aware is on is guiding her to the exact right logical next steps? Write that down. You don't need to know what's going on 5 years from now. You just need to feel guided to the next logical step. Right? That will always bring calm. When you go to your inner being or to the divine and say, show me clearly the next logical step to whatever you're doing. So for self-aware, we want to know, is there something she needs to know or add to what they're doing? Or are they absolutely on the best path for them right now? And we have, ooh, nice. Okay, I really love this card. Let's take a look at the Two of Cups here. Now, the first thing that I notice is that they're dolphins. Or hang on a second, I just need to look more closely. Yes. Okay, so we have a pair of dolphins. Okay, so self-aware. The first thing that I'm aware of is one of my favorite things about dolphins and seahorse. Look at this, such a cool card. But dolphins have to do conscious breathing. Okay, right? They're mammals. They have to breathe air. Let's take that in. Take a breath. In many ways, this is like you because of the change in your brain. It's like one side of your brain has to talk to the other side. And things that used to be automatic for you, you have to do on purpose, right? I'm a speech therapist. Can you believe that you end up with a bleeping tarot reader who has history working with speech therapy and stroke people? What are the odds, right? So this is, I got goosebumps all over my body when I just said that. So as you look at the law of attraction, how you just fell into this reading today, this is a sign among a gazillion signs that are on your path, self-aware, to put you into the stream of being in the right place at the right time. This is the key in manifesting. It's like being lucky. I mean, how many people do you know that have received 2 free cruises? Divine orchestration. You're exactly right. I have received 2 free cruises completely out of the blue. I'm talking all expenses paid. One person sent me on a hot air balloon ride. I did not ask for that. The universe has blessed me with what Neville calls this bridge of incidences, the bridge of coincidences that happen while you're on your way to your highest and best. You guys know I love Abraham Hicks. You know I talk about them all the time. Neville. I'm sorry I haven't mentioned the names of my heroes today. I've been busy doing other things. But this card to me shows the two sides of yourself, self-aware, that one is quiet, look, and one is talking. And so there's two sides of yourself. They're not communicating very well with each other right now because your brain has changed completely, right? And then I look down at the bottom. Remember, we're looking at the bottom of our cards. And when Graham's reading was here, Graham, where are you, Graham? I'm bringing it back. But look at how his character was hip deep, right? Hip deep. And you are just tiptoeing out, self aware, right? The two sides of you tiptoeing out and rediscovering. And it is, I love, love, love. I'm doing a lot of work right now with self love. A lot of my materials. Come and find me at Facebook, The Invisible Money Game. I'm doing some big changes coming up in the next week or so. Very excited. But I interact with my people over there, and they can ask me questions. And I continue to teach ways to find peace of mind. Okay, when you've gone through your kind of event where your brain has suddenly had to adjust, right? Your brain was like, hey, wait a minute, nobody asked me. I mean, they're like, why did this thing happen that has changed me? Okay, so this is card for me shows that you're absolutely on the right track, but falling in love with yourself. So, number one, I want you to look at a lady named Louise Hay, Hay. She has some beautiful work about the inner child. Her recordings are soothing and delicious. So, Louise Hay, okay. And then self awareness. Do you know who Dr. Joe Dispenza is? Dr. Joe Dispenza has amazing stories about using meditation and breathing techniques to really heal your body. Okay, so his book, Becoming Supernatural, that's the one I'm listening to right now. But there are so many YouTube videos of him from 15 minutes all the way up to a couple of hours of his teaching. But I've been doing Joe's meditations every morning for probably about a month now. And I'm telling you, everything is changing. Uh, so many new people, new ideas, new opportunities are coming. And they're small, but they're so exciting. And even having the idea now, today you can receive a free, you can win a free reading with me, self aware, and we can draw 3 more cards for you, right? Because today we're having a contest, and I'll tell how to enter in just a minute. But for this card, I love this card for you. I think it's showing a lot of potential for your growth. And I look at how there's a fence behind, right? So I feel like what happened in the past is in the past. I love the lion showing up here for strength, and the seahorses in the pair. Again, how they are oppositional, they're looking in different directions. So I feel like the divine is looking out for you right now, that your angels have your back. It's not fair what happened. It was your brain was not ready to make this big change, but there's a part of you that's game. A part of you is like, bring it. I will not be defeated. So I love that about your energy. Also, you will find a way to speak your truth. Even though your communication may, everyone, please I just put my hand on my heart. So all y'all put your hand on your heart, okay? And just release love and prayers to self-awareness. All right? Everybody just take a deep breath and just releasing love to self-awareness. And what a name, because we can all remind ourselves to have more self-awareness. But this is really, you're on the right track. It's just to forgive your brain for having that accident, whatever happened to it, and allow it. It's like, okay, it happened. Now let's go on. Now, Dr. Joe Dispenza, he has a story about his own healing, and he also tells stories about people who can find a way through a change in the brain. Okay? Anything's possible. So hold on to that promise. Okay? Now, how do you get a free reading? If you do want to win a contest, which I love to win, it's an easy contest to enter. You just have a few steps. You have to check with my reading last Sunday. It's posted on my site. Look at the background. There's something different here that was not here last week. If you notice what's different, all you do is shoot me an email, take a screenshot. Thank you. Please write to me if you love these readings. I love, love, love to hear from y'all. And if you want a free reading, all you do is send me an email, point out what you notice is different in my setup today, and I will email you back and tell you how to get your free reading. Okay. So anybody else? Let me go back and check. Anybody else would like a reading today? And a big hug to all the people that have watched. And again, I'm Catherine. If you're a new friend here, welcome. I have a special, special love for the people who are introverted, shy, or just hard for you to look somebody in the eye. Like if you're with somebody that you're interested in, if you have a crush on somebody, have you ever had that feeling where you forget how to talk? Where you're about ready to go out on a date and your throat is so dry and you can't get a word out? I'm like that. I've had to learn tricks. Here's a trick I learned years ago when I would have to go to a networking event where I had to be with a lot of people that I did not know very well. And it was not easy for me. And so I learned that everywhere I go, I can ask 3 questions. Perfect stranger, they're standing in front of me, and I would ask them 3 questions. Usually I had the same 3 because everybody kind of likes to talk about themselves. So if I was at a party, I might say, how did you meet John? The John's having the party, right? So I'm standing there, and sometimes it's good to go over and wander by the food table, wherever the snacks are. And then when somebody comes up, just greet them, and then saying, how long have you known John? Where do you know him from? And then another question you can ask is, are you from here? Wherever city you're in, are you from here? Where are you from originally? Okay. So that's one question, is where do you know? Like if you're at a networking group and, how long have you known about this group? Where are you from? Are you from around here? And then a third one is, what if you can ask what their work is, what do you do for work? Or you can say, what are you most excited about this week in your life? What's happening that you are excited about? Now, if you ask those 3 questions of somebody, they're going to feel connected to you. And often it will create a conversation. So all of a sudden they're telling you they're going to be going to Rome, they're going to Italy next month on a trip for work. And now you can say, wow, have you been to Italy before? A conversation can grow out of that. So for me, I've had to learn. And now that I know my 3 question, I call it a game. So if I'm with a new person, I can play the 3 question game. And then if they're shy like me and they don't have much to say, then I can just say, well, enjoy the event and then go off and find someone else. If I create a game for myself where I'm going to do 3 people at an event, that once I've met my 3 people and I've done my 3 questions, I can leave if I want. A lot of times I don't leave because by the time I've been there, I'm cool with it. I'm comfortable. And people, when I try to say that I'm shy, a lot of people say, no, you're not. I've been with you. You're not shy. Well, I'm not shy with you guys, right? I'm not shy doing these readings. It's like an improv for me. I've taken improv classes in the past. In fact, that would be fun to take an improv class here in Humboldt, Tennessee. Anybody interested? But it teaches you to think on the fly and use your creativity. So like if I pick this card right now and just flip it over and create a story about it, and it's so fun for me. I love it. But I could be in a group of strangers and they're all talking about like internet marketing or how to fill your practice with clients or whatever. And then I can just be completely quiet because I don't feel I'm not in my element. I'm a fish out of water. Okay, so that's what this channel is for. Every single week I come back. I'm here for about an hour, sometimes longer, depending. And then the purpose is to help you connect with people because in manifesting, usually it's a human being that brings the thing you're waiting for. You know, they give you the ticket somewhere, or you get money comes to you because somebody is gifting you. So we need to nurture our human relationships, even if they're annoying. So if you are shy or introverted, if your social skills are not where you want them to be, you will always feel at home at Fish Out of Water Tarot. So anybody else have any questions here before I take off for the day? Any questions? Yes, no, maybe so. Who would like to have a reading? Before I go to, make sure that if you're new here and you haven't, if you've never won a reading from me, this is your opportunity. All you have to do is check my reading from last week, see what is new on my table, send me an email at tarotinfoplease@gmail.com, and I will email you right back and explain how to pick up your reading. Okay, so because of no questions, we're going to finish. I'm going to pull a card for the collective. And for anybody who picks up on this, what is it? What's our challenge? What does the universe want for us to do to get more love in our life this week? And this card's just itching to be pulled. So we're going to pull it. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is so timely. The Three of Pentacles. This is about teamwork and getting connected. So honestly, this makes me laugh so much because here I was talking about ways of connecting, like if you go to a party or if you go to a networking event, and I talked about the three questions, right? And now I picked the Three of Pentacles. So I do feel this is a special message for all of us, myself included, that we need to say yes to invitations. We need to look for opportunities to be on a team. And we may not feel like we fit exactly. Have you ever heard the term about herding cats? Like cattle can be herded, goats can be herded. You get a sheepdog run out there in the field. That sheepdog will have all those sheep running in the same direction. But you can't herd cats. If you have 15 cats, they're all going to run in a different direction. And that's kind of the fun of this card. When you meet up with people right now that are going to be working with you, if you have a relationship with them, your own family or friends, guess what? You're more like a cat than a goat. And I mean that sincerely. If you were a goat, you would just like to be shown where to go. I mean, it's like, here, just nudge my rear end and I'm going to run in the direction that you want me to go. Whereas a cat is like, I'm going to pick my own way. Don't you try to tell me anything. So imagine, how do cats get along? Okay. So that's the part about this card where even if you're pretty, I would say that if you want, definitely take this card in, because this is the closing card. There is a contest to win a free reading, pretty. So please, I will tell you about that. So stay tuned. But this general card is for choosing to be with people who are different than you. Okay, so when you meet people that you don't know very well, you feel like, how can I work with them? Or how, and this might be true for you too, Graham. You feel their differences, like you're more aware of people's differences than their similarities. So the message for us today is that we take time, be curious about the people that we're working with. Ask questions. Where are you from? How long have you lived here? What do you like to do on your time off? Those kinds of questions, so that you can get to know people a little bit better and they feel comfortable with you. The card is showing us that there's huge value in learning to get along with people that are different. Okay? There is huge value to learning how to get along with people, especially if they're different. Now, this, if you feel this, like it makes you, some people kind of feel in their heart, they can feel a cringe, or you feel like there's a tightness in your core, you feel anxious, that's just showing you that you need more guidance. And again, picking more than one card is always going to be a better tarot reading for you. In order to give you that example, there's a contest today. All you need to do to win a free reading, a free 3-card reading, which is perfect for our 3 cards here, right? 3, 3, and 3. What you do is you look at last week's reading, and there's something new on my table today. All you need to do is notice what's new on the table, and you email, so take a screenshot, email me here, tell me what you notice that's new on my table. And if you win, if you're correct, I'm going to, well, I'll email you back even if you're not correct. Because I love to hear from you. But then I will email you and I will let you know how to pick up your free reading. Okay? So it's there's an answer there for you. So thank you guys so much. I love you, love you. For my new friends, if you've never been here before, please do check out my channel, because I do put out wisdom and advice for manifesting every single, well, not quite, almost every day, but I do put out my daily card, and I pull cards for the collective for manifesting. So do check those out for your personal fun and manifesting. You can please tune in next Sunday when I'll be here. And if you love the contest, I'll have a contest next week too, because I do, when I say the cards are my soulmate, I love them so much, and I'm glad you are here to join me. So go forth and prosper. Have a beautiful, successful week, and know that somebody over here in the middle of Tennessee loves you. We'll talk soon. Bye, everybody.